Alright. We have this one. The most dangerous poet who ever lived by the bubbly. Wait. The bubbly? Regardless. Looks like a panda, to be fair. Anyways, we'll look at that. That sounds interesting. Let's see who this is about, what this is about. I'm curious. Let's go in there. Let's go. Let's hear it.
This is Sylvia Plath, an American poet who is
Sylvia Plath, American poet. I have never in my life heard of her. So yeah, that's gonna be interesting. Don't know who that is. Interesting. Though that name does sound familiar.
rich, famous, and has 2 kids who she loves very much. She must be living a happy life, right?
Well, since she's a dangerous poet, I'm assuming there will be a lot of serial deletion?
Wrong. On 11th of February 1963, she wakes up, makes breakfast for her kids, and leaves it in their room. After that, she comes back to the kitchen with wet towels and uses them to seal the door and window of this kitchen. Then...
Why would you do that? Huh? I just like... Deleting your Is she deleting her children? Is she doing that?
She walks towards the oven, puts her head in it, and turns
Okay, microwaved head?
it on. But why would someone so popular, so successful...
Okay.
successful with a happy family decide to end it all and even write about it before doing so? Dying is an art.
Dying is an art, like everything else. I do it exceptionally well. How does... well, that's kind of sad because, well, first of all, it's not a great way to die. Head exploded in the microwave. It would be more so, what is it? It would be more so, fun, you know, what men do, right? Bleeding out in a beautiful place. Not, having your head exploded.
Like everything else, I do it exceptionally well. Weird flex, but okay. But even after her death, she gave voice to generations of feminism. But the Sylvia Plath you know from her poems, that's only half the story. The real one is much more interesting and very scandalous. You don't want to miss this. To know how she ended up in that oven, we'll have to go back just a little bit. 31 years
earlier. So when she was born.
Earlier, 1932. So Sylvia was born at a very young age. Her father...
What? Yes, you are born young. How does that happen? Born at a very young age. How does that work? Wait, German?
Father, Otto, was a German immigrant, and she was very close to him. So on her 8th birthday,
the German tribe. Here we go again. The Germans.
Otto was so happy that he threw a party. Hey, happy birthday, Sylvia. I am very happy today, so I'll eat this and this. Papa, nom 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 nom. Papa, nom nom nom. Congratulations, sir. You've just got diabetes. What? How? I never saw that coming.
He ate too much. He ate too much and got diabetes. Yeah, diabetes is a struggle.
Yeah, he found out he had diabetes on his daughter's 8th birthday. And what's worse is that in those days, the treatment for diabetes was basically hopes and prayers, because insulin was not a thing just yet. But the father said, diabetes? Me? Huh, I'm a strong German man. Nothing's gonna happen to me. It's not like
he just continued and then frickin' died.
I'll die. Uh-oh. Shit. Right, so he did not make it, and since Sylvia was so attached to him, his death marked a turning point in her life that would haunt her poems and novels for years to come. Later, in one of her...
That does not surprise me. See, there is no mention of the mother, so I'm assuming either the mother dipped or the mother died. Or the dad took her away from her mom. One of the two. One of the three.
Her poem Daddy, she wrote, I tried to get back, back to you, I thought even the bones would do. She was still longing for any connection with him, even after his death. But gentlemen, life moves on, and so did Sylvia. Oh, that's what she thought. So she tried to escape this pain by obsessing only over her studies. And she was kinda successful at it too. She was getting straight A's, but deep down she was still missing Daddy Otto a lot. But still, time went on and she went on to college. But depression was not going to let her go this easy. It slid into her DMs like, "Remember me, my lady?" and gave her insomnia.
Insomnia, oh boy. Not sleeping, huh? That's... Oh, yeah, okay. It's... The reason why she did it is mental illness. Grief, mental illness, yeah.
And constant agitation. So one day she thinks, "I will end this depression today, along with my life." So that day when she went home, she searched through her mother's handbag and grabbed a handful of sleeping pills. And
oh, so she had multiple attempts.
with these, she left the house, leaving behind a note on the table that she had gone for a walk. But instead, she crawled under her very own house and swallowed those pills. Yup, under her own house. And above her, her mother saw this note and said, "She's gone for a walk. She's finally taking her health seriously, like me. Good for her." But Sylvia did not come home that night. Oh.
So... she didn't... Somebody needs to save her, right? She won't die down there.
The next night, or the one after that. So by now, the family started panicking and called the police, who began searching for her all around the city. But on day 3 of her disappearance, when her brother found her lying under their own house, she was alive but barely conscious. So they rushed her to a hospital, and there she was given electroconvulsion therapy. But spoiler alert, getting shocked
Does not fix this. We know this.
Does not fix your depression. Shocking, right? But this is just
I don't know. Ask Kaya.
her suicide attempt number 1, and one insinuates that there are more to come. God damn it, her life is going to
Okay, we got sleeping pills. We got car, probably like kissing the tree, the microwave, and then death. Wait, but does that mean the microwave didn't take her out? That's crazy.
take so many dramatic turns from here onwards that no one could have guessed. Let's start with 3 years later, 1956. She was in a party, and here she met this guy, Ted Hughes, and he asked her out for a dance. "Hey shawty, wanna go boom boom with me?" And by the end of their dance, they kissed. But Sylvia was a bit passionate, to say the least, because she kissed
Hey, I'm all for women doing the first move, kind of. When it comes to that, hey.
him so hard, she actually bit his cheek, and it actually started
Oh, she's into interesting things.
bleeding. And Ted, did you just bit me? Sorry, I got carried away. No, like you bit me? I loved it. What? I have never been kissed like this before. What's your number?
Extra romantic. Biting your head off.
Yeah, he was a weird man. He was instantly obsessed with her. So much so that after just 4 months of that kiss, he proposed to her. And after marriage, their love was intense, passionate. She was full on obsessed with this man. A picture perfect, happy, and biting.
Those are daddy issues right there. Those are daddy issues right there. I mean, hey. That is daddy issues deluxe, if you want to call it that. 100%.
Couple. And they even had 2 kids, Frida and Nicholas. A perfect happy family for once. But remember, gentle ladies, if a man can fall in love with you for just a kiss, he can fall in love with someone else for another one. Bubbly 2025. And that's
Poetic.
exactly what happened. You see, they used to rent out a part of their house for some extra cash. And one day, a couple showed up to check it out. David and Asi.
Oh. This is gonna be some K-drama.
Yeah, yep, that's her name, Asiya. And within no time, Ted began boinking her. I mean, they started an affair. He was getting paid and laid at the same time. He was getting that cash and that ass. You get the point, right? But one day, everything fell apart. When Sylvia found out about her, she was devastated. The one man
Somebody's dying.
And she was obsessed with, the one man she loved, the one man she bit, he had cheated on her. Ah, Ted.
Basically, being abandoned again, so to speak, by a man. That's rough, girl.
You f***ing idiot, you fool, and then your mother will Whew, that triggered me. Anyways, she divorced him in 1962 and along with her 2 kids moved back into a flat in London. And Ted, well, he moved in with Asiya? What the f***, Ted, you f***, and then your dog and your cat f***s a goat. And our heartbroken Sylvia did.
So that man and that woman ruined 2 marriages. Wow.
What she does best, distracting herself from pain by working really hard. She wrote so much during that time that she did not have time to think about that betrayal at all. And as Mommy Taylor would say, she was in her productive queen era. And it was then that she wrote Ariel, a collection of poems that would go on to become one of the most significant works.
Ariel. Poems by Sylvia Plath. Interesting.
In modern poetry. I am inhabited by a cry. Nightly, it flaps out, looking with its hooks for something to love. She was looking for anything or anyone she can love. She was yearning for a connection. But
understandably so. I mean, father died when she was young, betrayed by her ex-husband. What can you do?
Remember, gentlemen, dying is an art and she is good at it. So
no. Dying is gay. Remember, sons and daughters. Remember, slimelets. Dying is gay.
Oh, she got herself a car and drove straight into a river. But as the car was sinking, she panicked and somehow scrambled out of the water. Well, that didn't go as planned. I need to find a way where I can't just...
I need to find a way where I can't just escape. You couldn't just escape from the microwave, too.
Chicken out midway. Okay, so that is her attempt number 2. And again, this number 2 insinuates that there are more to come. Oh boy. But this time the sequel came a bit too early. Just 1 year after this incident, one morning she woke up, made some food and left it on the table for her kids so they'd have something to eat if they got hungry. Then she placed wet towels.
Yeah, like that's gonna feed them for the next 20 years or so. Clearly.
Around the door and window, making sure no gas would leak and hurt them. Then she walked towards the oven and put her head in it and turned it on.
Were you a happy child? Did you have a sort of sporty life, or did you live in...
Her interview in 1962, 1 year before her death. Okay, interesting. So, the microwave or oven did not kill her.
Your imagination a great deal.
Well, I think I was happy up to the age of about 9, very carefree, and I believed in magic.
And then it went all downhill with her father dying.
Which influenced me a good bit. And then at 9, I was rather disillusioned. I stopped believing in elves and Santa Claus and all these little beneficent powers and became more realistic and depressed, I think. And then gradually became more adjusted about the age of 16 or 17. But I certainly didn't have a happy adolescence, and perhaps that's partly why I turned specially to writing. I wrote diaries, stories, and so forth, and was quite introverted during those early years.
Aftermath and legacy, so she is going to pass away?
After Sylvia's death, her cheating ex-husband got control of the house she lived in and all of her works. He published them, but wait gentlemen, this is a new genre of YouTube videos that we are trying to mainstream. We are making literature and philosophy fun for everyone and not feel like a boring class. So please click on that like button and tell me who we should cover next.
True. Like, comment, and subscribe to him. And obviously also to me. I appreciate it. Okay, I am assuming that the ex-husband is going to, at least in my opinion, going to do some weird shenanigans with those, with all this writing.
Who else? Huh? So, where was I? Yes, after Sylvia's death, her cheating ex-husband got control of the house she lived in and all of her poems. He censored her poems and toned down her words, making them less fierce, less raw, basically trying to sanitize her poems. He tried to rewrite the story of her death, claiming it was all her fresh...
Yep. As I thought, I am not surprised. A classic. Truly. Truly a classic. Yeah, this doesn't surprise me at all. I mean, hey, like I said, he did some weird shenanigans to her writing.
Fragile mental state's fault and conveniently living all of his own affairs. But here's the wild part. Remember Asiya? Asiya, the woman Ted was boinking. Yeah, her. In 1969, she also killed herself in the exact same
That's a odd coincidence.
way as Sylvia. She sealed off her kitchen using wet towels just like Sylvia, used the oven just like Sylvia, and... But tragically, she also took her own daughter's life along with hers, and she went
Oh. Yeah, this went downhill real fast.
crazy. Word spread fast. Ted was now very infamous among other women of the town. He was nicknamed the Wife Killer. The villain who had driven not one, but two women to the oven. So, gentlemen, now you know the...
Bro, to the oven. I'm keeping women away from ovens now. No, well, you are no longer allowed in the kitchen.
basic plot of the story, but it gets more complicated from here onwards. So, you remember she had two kids, right? Who do you think they blame for the death of their mother? Their father or the mother herself? Pick your sides, because blimey, you
The mother.
are in luck, because what I have here is an interview of her real daughter where she talks about her mother Sylvia and her father Ted. Have a look.
My name is Frida Hughes, and my parents are Ted Hughes and Sylvia Plath. When they were at their most passionate and their most loving and their most ferociously workaholic, I'm not sure everybody finds a love like that in their lifetime. And if they do, however short-lived it is, I think, you know, grab it with both hands and enjoy, but it's going to be quite a ride.
Do you really think people buy into all of this horseradish? Let's see. I suppose it's easier for a child to believe their parents shared an extraordinary love for each other. Now,
I mean, that could still be the case. But people still cheat. Regardless of that, because they lack impulse control, right? And they're born with that lack of impulse control, and it never goes away. Which is why when somebody cheats, you know for a fact that you shouldn't take them back, and nobody else should date them because they will cheat again. Cheaters are repeated offenders because they lack impulse control. And considering that the relationship was described as passionate, that could be the case.
okay, fair enough. He treated her like shite. See, everyone knows. And Asiya too. Yeah, don't forget Asiya. But you see, for some reason their family is trying really hard to portray that Ted was a loving husband, and it was Sylvia who had a mental problem. No one should be blamed for her death, they say. This whole
So, Ted is a piece of shit, obviously. And Sylvia had mental problems, likely due to her growing up without her father. And without, with his seeing her, the death of her father early and not being able to deal with the trauma. Probably also likely a reason why she even started being with Ted, because she was infatuated with him.
interview is just her showing off her mother's love letters to Ted when they were together, showing off how great of a couple they were, how much they loved each other, and more yapping. I just can't stand it. And that's not the only problem. You see, Sylvia was famous, and her poems like "Every woman adores a fascist," "The boot in the face," "The brute heart of a man." These kind of poems made her an idol among feminist circles, but then on the other hand, she has poems like this too, like "Chuffing me off like a Jew in Dachau, Auschwitz, Belsen. I begin to talk like a Jew. I think I may well be a Jew." Yeah, she's literally comparing her own misery to that of a Jew in a concentration camp. I don't know about that. In the same poem, she calls
Yeah, that's kind of rough.
her father Panzerman, which directly compares him to Hitler. She blames him for abandoning her and causing trauma at a young age. And these kind of poems make it kinda easy for the right wing to discredit all of her works as just whining for attention. And both of these groups fight by vandalizing her tombstones. What? Yup.
Can we let the dead rest? Can we let the dead rest?
You heard that right. This is her tombstone, and here her second surname Hughes, which she took from her husband, is frequently scraped off the gravestone by the feminist group who think, Ted, he doesn't deserve her name, delete! And when the family restores this, the other group vandalizes her tombstone, removing Plath from her name. This particular incident is done by a group called Masculinists for Ted Hughes, and they say, we did this because as Ted Hughes' first wife, Sylvia deserves to be known by her married and legal name. You dumb idiots, they're divorced. Anyways, you can pick whichever side you find best, but you must agree that destroying a tombstone is the stupidest.
I agree. They should just let the both names be there. That would be the best solution for everyone.
Thing to do. I'm getting angry now, so let's just end it here. And you, yes you, go watch my video about Dostoevsky or Kafka or Nietzsche on my channel. Bye!
What sort of things did you write about when you began writing poetry?
Nature, I think. Birds, bees, spring, fall, all those subjects which are absolute gifts to the person who doesn't have, you know, sort of any interior experiences to write about. I think that the coming of spring, the stars overhead, first snowfall and so on are gifts for a child, you know, a young poet.
All right. Interesting. Okay, interesting. I didn't expect this. I don't think, like, the title really does this entire thing justice. It's not really the most dangerous poet who ever lived. Not really. Not really. I wouldn't call that dangerous. She was suffering from childhood trauma due to an absent father because he died early. And from there on out, from 9 years old, things went to shit. Things went to hell. Yes, that story. That's terrible. And people defiling her grave are absolute scum. I don't care who it is. I don't care. Leave that grave alone. Just leave it alone, bro. The family is restoring it. The family has the decision. Stop touching that grave, you fucking morons. Anyways, that was interesting. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one. Take care.